On average, you are lied to about 200 times every single day. Most of those deceptions pass right by you, entirely unnoticed. You can train yourself to recognize these moments. By applying a specific 5-step system, you can develop the same observational skills used by professional investigators to identify deception as it happens. Federal agents and interrogators rely on these tactical frameworks to verify the truth under pressure, focusing on biological and psychological stresses a liar cannot control. To make this work, you have to adopt their mindset. You must remain calm and non-emotional. The moment you act accusatory, the subject goes into a defensive shell and the experiment ends. Exposing a lie doesn't mean causing a scene. You let them talk, you observe their patterns, and you quietly take control of the interaction. Step 1 is to establish their baseline. Before asking anything important, you engage them in relaxed, low-stakes small talk. This chart shows what we are building, a map of how this person acts when they are completely comfortable and truthful. While they answer simple questions, catalog their physical habits. Notice how often they blink, whether they use their hands to speak, and how steadily they hold eye contact. Locking in this baseline is mandatory. Deception causes stress, and stress causes involuntary physical reactions. If you know what their normal looks like, you can spot the glitch when they deviate from it. Once you have the baseline mapped, you move to step 2, introducing a question designed to test their narrative. A basic yes or no question like, "Did you go out?" allows a liar to answer without thinking. Replacing it with a question built on a negative assumption like, "What kept you out so late?" changes the dynamic. By assuming the premise of the event, you remove the easy exit. They are now forced into a corner where their brain has to instantly manufacture a believable narrative to reconcile with your assumption. You've taken away their script and shifted the leverage to your side. Their own brain has to work overtime, and that mental strain is exactly what you want to observe next. Step 3 is the 5-second rule. After you ask your question, stay entirely quiet. For exactly 5 seconds, watch them like a hawk. In this window, their brain is panicking to form a response. Look for a sudden physical freeze, a dramatic spike in their blink rate, or a sharp shift away from the baseline you established earlier. One nervous tick means nothing on its own, but if you see 2 or more of these signals fire off in that short window, a break in eye contact combined with a sudden fidget, you have a cluster. That cluster indicates high stress, and high stress indicates a lie. Step 4 is the smokescreen test. Eventually, they have to answer your question, and their choice of words will reveal exactly what they are hiding. The truth doesn't need decoration. An honest person answers directly. A liar feels the need to perform. They will flood you with unnecessary details, highly specific timestamps, and over-explain facts that you never asked about. Listen for wishy-washy language. They will insert words like probably, I guess, or maybe. This softens their statements, giving them an out if their story falls apart later. They aren't trying to share information with you. They are desperately trying to build a defensive wall out of words to keep you away from the facts. If you've seen the physical cluster and heard the verbal smokescreen, you deploy step 5, the fake detail trap. You can confirm your suspicion completely without relying on a polygraph machine. Wait for a pause in their story and casually drop a completely made-up fact into the timeline. You might say, "Oh, right, and it was raining heavily that night," even when the weather was perfectly clear. This diagram illustrates what is happening to them mentally. A liar is operating under severe cognitive load. Their mental capacity is maxed out trying to keep their timeline straight. When you introduce a new variable, they have no processing power left to verify it against reality. A person telling the truth relies on actual memory. They will immediately correct you and say, "No, it wasn't raining." A liar will nod along and agree with your fake detail, terrified that correcting you will expose their entire performance. The moment they incorporate an event that never happened into their narrative, the trap snaps shut. You have absolute confirmation. Now that you know they are lying, do not announce it. Do not get angry, and do not demand an apology. Confrontation only tells them exactly what you know, allowing them to build a better lie next time. Your strategic advantage lies in quietly repositioning yourself, cutting off their access to real information, while they remain entirely unaware. A manipulator who believes their mask is still intact is highly predictable. Their fake confidence becomes a tool you can use to navigate around them safely. Test this out. The next time someone tells you a story that feels a bit too polished, establish the baseline, ask a question with negative assumption, and watch that 5-second window. You are performing this audit to filter the people around you, dictating who gets your trust and firmly taking control of your social reality.